Hello, the game has started. It's my opponent to go first. I've got a fantastic rack. Do I have a bingo? Always good to have the blank. You always feel you're very close to one. Now, opponent's changed, so I'm looking for a 7, but there could be one. So let me have a quick squiz through the alphabet and see if anything comes to mind. So I've got the AGE ending. Not seen anything so far. Surely there is something. Still nothing. That would be arpeggio through a P. Mortgage through a T. So many 8s, but is there a 7? And there could well be more than one. Wow. Not seeing anything. So what to do? Do I spend longer looking? Are there any prefixes or suffixes I haven't considered? Let me think about AGE. That leaves GOR blank. Just feel there is something here. And it would be a very expensive error if there is a bingo and I don't spot it. So GOR blank. Just mentally going through the alphabet. No, okay, I am not seeing anything. So what to do? I can play Go. And yeah, I think I will. This is a pretty decent 5-letter set. Okay, so I have grabbed on my rack. Bellegarde. But was there a bingo on that opening rack? We'll find out later. So Wygo takes an E, so I certainly do have a bingo in column 9. Wygo takes nothing in front, probably pronounced ego. Oi takes an R after it, so I think that's going to be my best lane. So I can play Garbled for 75. Great, I draw the X, which is a good scoring tile. And I can get rid of the V with Vex or Vox. Oya takes a number of front hooks, C and F. Now Vox plays in row K. Will that stay available? Hotspot for the Z above the E. That's a 40-point play if opponent has the right vowel. Or if I do. No bingo with this rack, I don't think. So what if my Vox spot is blocked? Is there anywhere else? I would have Vox L onto an L. Just wondering if I can take advantage of the ego hook. I would have Vixen onto an N. I have Vexed in column 10, so I certainly can get rid of V and X, and I am minded to. Although the V can be a good scoring tile and can appear in bingos, in general, it's a bad tile to keep. So opponent spending as long on his play as I spent on my previous one. Now, opponent leaves alone my preferred spot. Has he created a better one? Well, so I can play Xyz for 62 points, whereas Vox 47. This is 15 more points. Well, the S is worth 8 to 10, and the V is a negative tile. I'm minded to think that Vox is a better play, but very vowel heavy. I am going back to the Xyz spots. Just wondering if there's an alternative play here. Don't think there is. So Xyz for 62. And the risk of playing Vox is that I would have drawn more vowels and been stuck with 6 vowels. Retaining the V does give me scoring potential. And even possibly bingo potential. So where are the floating consonants S and G? Not seeing a bingo through the G or the S, so I need to play the V for score, sort out the vowels. So a play of vo or veto or vote would do the job. Still nothing to go in front of Oya. Ah, well, Toya. I was thinking in terms of scoring tiles, but I think Toya is good. And that would stop opponent from cashing in on that square. Oh wow, nice play by opponent, 76 points. Reduces my lead. So do I have a V something N something T play? And I certainly do want to play the V despite being vowel heavy for reasons stated earlier. What about a play down from the blank? Not seeing anything there. What about getting value from the X? So I can play vote. Veto slightly better because I'm not providing a Z spot. And this is quite a good Ratley, which goes very well with S and C. Great, this is a fantastic rack, makes a load of 7s and a load of 8s, so I should be bingoing here. So, do I have a bingo down from the S? Spy rate's not good. So, possibly not. I think traipses might be the only 8 with the S, which begins with a tile after P and R, so nothing with an S and just traipses. Now, row E is a double-double row, even better than a triple word square. So this rack plus an E. Not seeing anything, so what about the C? Practice, pie crates, crispate, crapiest. None of those get doubled. How about the S? Pastries. Okay, that places an E above this double letter square, so isn't great. So what else to consider? Pairs of tiles. So what about TI? Looks pretty good. But I'm not seeing anything. So at the moment I've only got a bingo through the S. Where are the 7-letter lanes? I have pairist in row K, so I certainly am bingoing. Now, what about a playing in column 15? Does veto take an S? Not sure. I don't think it does. No, so nothing goes after veto, so I can discount column 15. Opponent's clock still ticking down. Column 8 onto the O. Nope, not seeing anything. So I had this 7-letter lane in row K. Do I have anything beginning under the blank? So that would be a 7-letter bingo beginning A or I. And I don't think there is one. What about OE? No, not seeing anything. Still looking at TI, that looks very promising, but I'm not seeing a bingo there. I'm surprised there's no bingo with an E. It looks such a good 8-letter set. But it's just not coming to mind. What about a play through the N with a T above Oya? Nope, not seeing such a play. Now opponent down to just 12 minutes on his clock. So giving quite a bit of thought to his next play. But if opponent doesn't provide any new spots, and he does. So, wow, ascending, taking an A front hook. Gosh, I wasn't considering that. Opponent certainly has. So, do I have any tile which goes above U? No, I don't. Okay, so I don't have access to row A. Nothing goes in front of P. What about a row C play? That's not going to score as much as Pairest. So I'm going with this for 80. Oh, wow, pretty awful. But I have the F for foyer. So what's the best I can do here? Wow, I guess I can play fit. I'd really like to play off a U or a W. But I can't see a way of doing that. Still nothing to go above the U. So FI double T, and I think that takes an E. Yeah, and I'll just have to suck up UW, play my way through it. I have tough on my rack. I have enough ENUF, which would get rid of F and U. Interesting. EUF keeping WI double T. That might be worth doing. There's a little bit of synergy going on. Duplicate T, not a terrible problem. Only 2 to come. I lead by 100 odd. So at the moment, I'm minded to play enough, but I haven't got an alternative to placing my F over Oya. Great, that remains available. Audio takes an S, I think. So enough for 34. And I draw an L. Fantastic. And Twilt will certainly sort this rack out. Leaving double RT, only one R to come. Opponent apparently struggling with vowels. What does go above a U? Well, an O does. G, M, N, and Y. So 9 minutes on opponent's clock, 14 on mine. What if Twilt is blocked? Can't really make use of this triple letter square. What about the one next to the O of audio? Still one S, one blank to come. Not seeing a 5-letter play ending OW. So is there anywhere for twirl which would certainly sort the rack out? Well, there is, through the I of audio, and that would preserve the I on my rack, which is my only vowel. Let me check the remaining vowels. 17 out of 44, slightly vowel dry. And opponent's just played off a bunch. If he's drawn more vowels, he may carry on playing them off and then contribute to a vowel drought in the endgame. So I lead by 140. Just 7 minutes on opponent's clock. Floating E available for Wirt. Doesn't score very much, but does sort the rack out. Only 3 E's to come. Wow, 14 points, but opponent opens up a triple lane. I am going to ignore that and play Twilt. I don't need to block that. And I think even if opponent does have a triple, I'm in a good position to outrun him. Great, I draw some vowels. This looks close to a bingo. Is there one here? I have the LY ending. I have a Y for going in front of the U. Not seeing anything which is 4 letters long, apart from Yale, which uses all my vowels. Now, opponent's in the position of what to do about this T. He's opened up a triple lane. If he doesn't have one, what does he do? Does he leave it open, or does he take that spot? Now, I'm still looking for bingos. What about the O? No, not seeing anything. So how about the C? No, so I think I've considered all possibilities for a bingo with this rack and drawn a blank. What about the I? Whoa, yes, there is one through the I, but it doesn't go. But it does go through this I of audio. I have literary. Wow. That nearly eluded me and is surely going to remain available. Wow. Literary. Phew. Always annoying to miss bingos and always very exciting to spot them. And that should seal the win. And it also means, well, I was going to say if opponent triples, I've still got that. Well, he doesn't. And it is available. Literary for 65. Not a great rack, but given the vowel shortage, a welcome sight to see 3 of them on my rack. So I have Boona as a 6, and I'm looking to expedite the end of the game. I'm looking to draw the last blank. And I probably should give some thought to taking out this T, maybe by playing in column 2, getting a B or H tripled. 20 tiles in the bag. Audio does take an S, so row O. Quite hot. One E unseen, still the Q to come, and the Z. I have an N for going in front of you. So, Boona was my long word. Is there anywhere for that? I don't think there is. Not seeing anything great through the T or through the I. And a play through either down to the bottom row would obstruct the audio hook. Now, opponents played Ulex. Well, Ulex takes a C. There's a C to come, so that looks like a setup. Ulex doesn't take anything else in front. Just wondering if I can stop opponent from placing his C there. He scored only 11 points, so even if he does place the C there, his combined score will be average over the 2 moves. But it would be nice to thwart that. The remaining tile suggests that opponent is not going to triple. So 12 minutes on my clock. I've got a load of time, 18 minutes to go. Wow, 2 N's to come. I was thinking about playing Boo. That doesn't stop opponent placing his C. And it retains 2 N's and doesn't score very much. So I'm struggling here to find anything. What about through the R of literary getting tripled? I would like to sort out the duplicates. Just struggling here to see candidate plays. Do I really have nothing through this T? So what about Nanobot for 27? Yes, decent score, cleared the rack out. And this is a pretty decent rack as well, scoring tiles and balanced. And that's what you want to see when you've got a good lead. It pretty much ensures that you can stay out of trouble and keep scoring. Is it possible opponent doesn't know the C front hook? Interesting. Still no S for me for audios. 9 tiles to come. I've got good scoring tiles, so I could just play FA. I have an O for prow. The rest of the rack, well, the unseen tiles include the Q. No great Q spots, only 2 I's. I don't have an I. I don't want to draw the Q. Which means that something like FA, 27 points, decent 5-letter set. Yeah, I'm going with this. Great, and I don't mind seeing the J because I have a lot of synergetic tiles. So I have Hadge and Joe on my rack and Jar. And I've just taken a fantastic Jar spot. So where can I get value from my J? Not seeing anything in row A. I have Joe at the top, keeping double A. 31 points. Now, gosh, if I had the K as well, I would have Codger onto the A of Far. I have Raj in column 8. That's quite nice, keeping Horde. I'm still seeking to avoid drawing this Q. It won't cost me the game. And there are a couple of spots. There's QI with the Eye of Vim and the Eye of Twilt. And the Eye of Ascending. That's just 11 points, which is pretty dire. Opponent down to 2 minutes on his clock. Another reason for me to play slowly, as in play off a small number of tiles, which would increase the number of total moves in the game. Opponent, wow, 26 for opponent. There goes the queue. Remaining pool looking slightly more bingo-y. So 5 tiles in the bag. I need to make sure that I play a maximum of 4 tiles. So I think I will play Raj to disrupt any bingos opponent may have in row O, 30 points. And I still don't draw the C for Kulix. Now, could I have a bingo here? Just wondering about Darogha. I think that's good, but it doesn't play anywhere. Yeah. So, well, I may not have any more tiles. This might be the last set I see. Only 3 in the bag. Opponent may play off 3 tiles. He's going to be fairly close to a bingo, but slightly hampered by the vowel shortage. So, do I have anything in row A? It would need to begin with an O. So, I don't. What about column 15 onto the A? Well, possibly I do, but I'm not seeing it. So I'm really not seeing anything at all. However, I have a 200-point lead. I have Hoa in row A at the top left. 24 points, leaving drag. Just having half an eye on going out in 2 should opponent empty the bag. So, wow, so opponent doesn't empty the bag, plays off just the Z. 2 tiles to come. Just thinking about playing SH to limit opponent's bingo prospects in row A, but surely they're pretty limited anyway. Is there anywhere I can score more with my H? So that's 10 points and does leave 1 in the bag. I'm going with this. UH takes a D in front, which I have, and a P. Not seeing a bingo, a 7-letter bingo with this rack. Do I have anything through the J? No. So I think that's all the bingo lanes considered. What about the V? No. So 1 tile in the bag. Remaining pool, pretty bingo-y. Opponent plays off 1 tile. Wow, look what he's got. He's got insect plus a blank. So, does he have a bingo? Not in row O that I can see. He's created a lane in column 9 because key takes an S in front. So, what does he have in column 9? 9 minutes on my clock, 17 seconds on opponent's clock. And what about just thwarting that with Donga for 28? I think that takes out column 9. Yeah, only 6 tiles. So opponent now would need to bingo through the J. It looks like he's got injects, but that would leave the blank on his rack, so he doesn't. So there's just the V. Opponent goes overtime. So he has to play in the next minute, otherwise he forfeits the game. He's already incurred a 10-point penalty for going over. So I think it's just row C for opponent if he's got to play with OV, so the blank would need to be an O. And well, either there isn't one or he didn't find it. So AR, I've got jar. Anything better? Let me just whiz down the board and have a look. I have AR. Always nice to find the best play. Bear. Well, that doesn't beat jar. Yeah, this is the best I can see. And the final score, 301 to opponent, 520 for me, a winning margin of 219 points. So a huge, huge win. Let's see what I missed. Wow, what a game. Big, big win. Now, opponent's opening rack, he changed. I had this. Was there a bingo? No, there wasn't. Wow. Gosh, I think in a real tournament I would have spent even longer looking for one. I was absolutely convinced that there was something there, but there wasn't. And I still prefer the short play. I kept a really good 5-letter set and limited what opponent could work with. Now, what was best here? Beg hard, G9. Okay, using the E hook for ego. What did I do? Oh, well, I got the same score for garbled. Opponent plays ho, and now I have, well, interesting. Oxys would have, I thought about Oxys, decided it wasn't good, but it is, and I played X's for the same score, but the E would have been a better rack leave than the O. Great spot by opponent. Now I overlook the A front hook. Yeah, and I had ovate in that spot for 33. What do? I play veto for 28. Yeah, keeping E80. All of these moves are fairly similar, and in fact I prefer veto to ovate. Ovate provides too much access to row A. Gosh, opponent's so close to a bingo, doesn't have one, plays prow. And now I have pairest for 80, and that looks best. Very vowel-heavy rack for opponent, which is where he plays audio. Now, I thought about fit for 37, didn't like the rack leave, played enough, which doesn't appear down here. Only 3 fewer points. I wonder why that doesn't appear. Oh well, I still prefer enough. I think UW is pretty awful as a rack leave. Opponent's rack, no scoring tiles, plays tiled. And I have twilt for 36, so I have a good lead, 160 points. Opponent plays wem. And here we go. Sneaky, sneaky bingo literary, very hard to spot. But it was there. And opponent's rack, and wow, he has a triple in titule through the T. Very difficult to see, but that would have given opponent 122 points. He would have still trailed by 70, but look at that. It was available. Opponent plays Ulex for 11 instead. Yeah, does not have the C. So what do I do here? I play Nanobot for 27. Bothan J1. Yeah, Bothan probably slightly better score, and the rack leaves are similar. Wow, another missed bingo. A5, Minivet and Mew. Again, very difficult to see, but it was a 90-point bingo. And opponent plays Vim instead. And I have this rack. So I play Far for 27, C9. Favor, and I think Favor would have been better. It would have taken out this C danger. Now opponent with Q and Z plays Chi for 26. 01. Could have played tizzes and audio. My rack. I play Raj for 30 to disrupt the bingo lane in row O, and I'm glad I did that. Opponent ended up with a very bingo-y final set of tiles, and Raj stopped him playing in the bottom row. But D10, Haj High and Amu, that was the play for 39. Yeah, interesting. It is 9 more points. I am leading. There is a lane in row A, but I think Raj definitely has merit. Opponent plays off the Z. And now 2 tiles in the bag, remaining pool pretty bingo-y. What do? I play SH to leave 1 in the bag, so I do it for strategic reasons. Any greater play runs the risk of opponent bingoing and me not having a final turn. The opponent has a bingo, so wow, D8. Using the Ulex front hook, so through this Eye of Vim, opponent has stricken for 108 and a few others. So 2 points. 1, few, opponent missed it, and 2, even if he'd spotted it, because I played off just a single tile, I would have had 1 more turn to try and, well, to score extra points. So opponent plays KI, setting up a new bingo lane in column 9. Gosh, okay, so I played Donga, but Dragon was available for 3 more points. And finally, no bingos available now. Opponent plays Sense. And wow, C11 VAR for 12 points. So despite carefully looking, I left 2 points on the table at the end. So what a game. Absolutely tremendous fun. Always fantastic fun to get over 500 points and a big margin of victory, and also very satisfying to spot Literary, which is a slippery and difficult bingo to spot at the best of the times, and the Eye was quite a hidden floater. Anyway, many thanks to my opponent for a good game. I hope you enjoyed watching that game. Like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.